Hi everyone, this is Kay and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome to the channel and welcome back. Thank you for being here with me. We're going to go ahead and get started with the general reading for the collective, starting with the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I hope you all had a wonderful Tuesday evening. It is Wednesday today. Archangel Michael, I'm calling you in now, please. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, thank you for enveloping me in your beautiful angelic wings of love, protection, and guidance. Will you please guide and assist me today for the collective in interpreting the energies in the cards and help me see clearly? Thank you. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages for the collective do they want to and need to know? Thank you. There's the first one. Treasure Island. Wow. That came out one time before. Yeah. Repeating messages, right? Fork in the road. Fork in the road to your treasured island, to your inheritance. And we have the loyal heart. Why I wanted to pick a third one? I don't know. Probably because I wanted to see what the fork in the road was. Fork in the road is standing there at a crossroads, right? What do you really want? What do you really want? Do you really want worldly treasures like material possessions over love, unconditional love of a soulmate? Loyal heart. This is being loyal to somebody. Okay, so let's see what Treasure Island has for us to say today. It says, the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. Remember, whatever your landscape looks like within is what you will experience without. So the context of what's going on internally, it will be reflected in your external world. So within, so without. As within, so without. As above, so below. Let's see. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others. As treasure shared multiplies like magic. Let's see. Relationship message. Your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms, and love is in the air. You can be sure that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. Fantastic. Fork in the road. 13. Truth be told. Fork in the road. Time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligations to make a necessary choice. Okay, you've it's kind of like coming out of a hangman perspective, coming out with a new perspective. You've considered all the consequences, and you're like with a hangman. When you get back on your feet, you are literally have said, okay, I can come out of being hung upside down, like stagnant, transfixed, not able to move forward because you're hanging in a tree or something upside down by the foot. having, where you're basically forced to look at things differently because you're not going anywhere according to the divine until you've had a real honest look at what's been going on in your life and your part you played in it. Okay. And so when you turn back around, you start taking the responsibility for your part in it and accountability, especially moving forward now. So the fork in the road says that it's time to make a decision considering the consequences. So you're being more discerning now. You're more discerning after hanging out, if that's what we're looking at here. You're owning up to your obligations to make a necessary choice. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams? Yeah. By choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? Take the road less traveled. That's my secret for you. This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction. For it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. It just might take you a little longer if you choose the road that's really well worn. It's a little bit easier path, right? Because you really can see the path before you. It's well worn. Lots of people have taken it. Relationship message. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose to open up to the possibility of love? Yeah. Or to remain isolated by, with your material possessions, I must add, okay? Isolated. This is an independent number right here, number 9. It just means that you're doing really quite well. So do you want to stay in isolation or with somebody with this as an intention, or with this as and I'm talking about the worldly possessions, not your spiritual inheritance, but material possessions, like to accumulate more and more money and stuff like that. The focus, that perspective, we have that 3D perspective. You have a choice now to either choose to remain in that perspective as opposed to taking on a new perspective and realizing what's most important to you, your worldly possessions, and being with somebody who also believes and thinks that way too. And therefore the heart really isn't like, because you know me, I talk about this all the time. The heart's still up here, not largely being ignored, okay? And the mind is still focused on what we can get from the relationship, what will they do for me, and what can we get from the world, and just focus, really taking in the 3D world as being so so much focus on it that you just got to have more and more of it all the time. More and more of it all the time. Of course, there's the 3D, there's always limits, right? To do things in moderation is much better, but the moderation part would be you consulting with your heart to see how much is too much and how much is not enough. And your heart will say, look, do you really need a third BMW? I can hear you guys saying, well, yeah, I need 10. But yeah, with all honesty, do you really need a 1.5 or a 10 carat diamond ring on your finger and a fur coat shawl and a real fur? Do you really need that? Do you, just like you would be asking yourself what's too much and what's not enough? That's consulting your heart to help you be more discerning about things. So you're being asked to discern what's more important to you now. Now that you have become enlightened. Is it, because if you've got Treasure Island right here, it means that you have leveled up to that heart level, right? But with most of us who are on a spiritual path, including myself. It took, I would reach 5 and 6D dimension and really be in love and just happy and just having a really positive, optimistic outlook on life. And then the next thing you know, I'm back down to where I usually, I'm familiar with that kind of energy, feeling doubtful and, pessimistic maybe about something, not really believing it's going to happen for me, or I'm feeling lack-minded. I might just be angry, I would, excuse me, I wavered back and forth like that. And that's what most of us are going to do, waver back and forth until we finally and it's often because the wavering to 3D becomes really uncomfortable after being up in a higher vibration, feeling like you've got the world in your hands now, and you slip down into 3D and you go, hell no, I don't have the world in my hands. It hurts down here, I feel like I have to scrape the bottom of the barrel, or people are always trying to take from me. They're always asking me to do things for them. They're always asking me if I can lend them money or just give it to them. They're taking advantage of me one way or the other, or I'm having to take care of people because they just don't have as much as I do. Whatever the woes are of the 3D focus, you feel like it's just too uncomfortable down here. Once you spend a little bit more time that day, and then most of the day you're down, then you spend maybe a little bit more time and you're starting to really take meditation really seriously, right? Praying and getting in touch with the divine through that window that meditation and prayer opens up for us, to be in direct contact instead of going through a priest, going to worship in church through the sermons that your minister, priest, or whatever offers. You do it on your own time, in your own space, and you actually have direct connection. There's nobody else. There's no middleman in between you. And that's prayer and meditation. And it's wonderful, wonderful way to spiritually evolve. It's faster too, I must add, than going to church and doing it with a middleman involved and then other people. And, it's a whole different dynamic. So you're being asked, which one do you want? You've evolved enough to be able to make a very wise decision, to be a loyal heart to yourself, to your soul, right? To be a loyal heart to your soul and to follow your heart. Okay, loyal heart here. Loyal heart is it's not the soulmates. That's interesting, because this is, now that I remember, these two cards have come out, this one at least one other time, and yeah, just one other time at least. But I mean, seriously, there's a lot of cards in this deck. So loyal heart is fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. So you're devoting your time and your energy, your focus on who you really are, which is you're turning inward to your soul, listening to your heart's desires, that wisdom in the heart that says you don't need a third BMW, you don't need a 10-carat ring. I mean, if it's going to set you back from being able to do something you truly want to do, that has love written all over it, like wanting to, now I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about that included, sure, but love, this being present with somebody. Is that more important to you? Is there somebody in your life that you can be more present with that would feel good to you? Or are you surrounded by people you really wouldn't want to spend any more time with than you already do? That's a problem, right? That's because of a worldly focus. And I keep pulling this card up, but it's just because it's something that can represent that. But this is your spiritual inheritance. Okay, it's the energy that's in your own vortex, in your own through the door, as you ascend through the door into your own storehouse that the divine has for each and every single one of us. Okay, all that really high vibe energy. I talked about it another day in one of my readings. But yeah, you are You're being asked to look at things from the eyes of, intimacy. Into me, I see. So it means that you've been looking inside of yourself, and you see whatever you see in you is going to be on the outside. So if you got people that are hanging out with you that's in your environment, that you really wouldn't want to spend any more present time with them, to be present with them, intimately present. And I'm not saying sexual, but of course that could include it, okay? But if you really don't, then there's something wrong. There's more of a 3D vibe in you, into you. What are you seeing in you? That's what you're getting in your environment, okay? So if you have people around you, but you either didn't know, didn't think about it, but are learning about it now, that if you really want to have a more intimate connection with them, being present with them, like at the time that you spend together after work, or on holidays or weekends and stuff like that, then that would be a priority for you, to devote yourself to that. Now if the other person isn't into it either, like if you're like that but they don't think that way, then you're kind of barking up the wrong tree again. You may want to be more with this person, but they don't get it. They haven't spiritually evolved enough to really figure out what their priorities need to be, right? And so it will be difficult for you to be able to be more present with this person. So don't beat yourself up, for sure. But don't beat them up either. That's not going to get you anywhere. But definitely don't beat yourself up. You can only do what you can do. And if they have free will, so if they don't want to do, to be more present with you as you're trying to be present with them, then it's like you got to let them do what they need to do. That's the whole idea of spiritual growth, is we allow others to be and do whatever they need to be and do, without us trying to interfere or try to change them in any way, because we can't. It's a futile effort to try and change somebody. Okay, so this is what your decision, your choice is to either stay in the 3D collective low vibe, where people are hurt people, okay? People have not healed their wounds, their childhood wounds, and any other wound that came from that. Since then, as an adult, they haven't healed their subconscious beliefs that tells them that they're operating from, and not necessarily even knowing they're doing it, but tells them to be, defensive and offensive, to not trust, to not have faith, to just be, be angry, this person's trying to take advantage of you. You should be angry at them. You should tell them off, that kind of like an eye for an eye kind of attitude. I got to get what I can get because someone else is going to get it, lack-mindedness. Just all the negativity that the 3D world dishes up to us, with all these other hurt people trying to hurt and take from us. Hurt us and take from us. Because they're hurt, they feel like they need to take it from somebody else because they haven't figured out how to give it to themselves first. You're learning to go into me, I see, right? Intimacy. You're learning to go within, and that's where you're learning all this great juice, this great wisdom that it starts here. Starts, they say with kids and school, kids at school and parents, it always starts at home. Whatever they get away with at home or taught at home, they'll take it to school and it'll be expressed at school. Then they get in trouble because they're not behaving. So it always starts at home. Always starts at home with you. That's your home within you. You, what's your landscape look like? What's your personal world look like? Because whatever it looks like, and if it's not pleasant, that's what your experience is going to be out in your environment, with people and things and other experiences and circumstances are going to be unpleasant. You're going to get a whole horde load of that stuff. And it seems like sometimes it comes in threes, right guys? Comes in threes. And then it'll be fairly decent for a while, and the next thing you know, another 3 difficult, challenging things come along. Yeah, been there, done that. Me, I'm like, yeah, me. It's been there, done that for me too. I've grown out of it, and I can honestly and very happily say that I don't have those threes anymore. I might have one, and then when I have one, it's like I have a whole different mindset against it. I see it for what it is. It's another chance for me to say, okay, I had an emotional towards that, wanting to resist it. But that I caught it, and I said, you know what? I don't feel like that anymore. That's not me. I don't do that anymore. So I'm looking at it as an opportunity. This issue or problem or whatever I'm facing, I look at it as another opportunity for me to release the in me, the resistance. Because the more I work on it, the less frequent I end up being presented with more things that are going to provoke that resistance in me, because I'm healing it slowly, right? So more and more time goes by before the next thing shows up in my life that I have to go, I take a deep swallow, like a, and I go, huh? And then I go, oh, okay. I don't like this. I don't like it, but it's okay. I don't need to like it. I just need to see it for what it is, and then put it in God's hand and say, I don't know what to do with this, God, so please take this. And then I do it, and I let it go. I forget all about it, or at least that day I forget all about it. Might be reminded of it tomorrow, but the next day. But then again, I'll say, okay, well, I obviously need to put it back in God's hands again, because every time you think about it and start worrying about it, you've actually grabbed it out of God's hands. And then it's out of his hands, right? He can't do anything about it for you because you took it from him. So I give it back real quick. Give it back real quick. Because, he takes care of it so much better than I could ever imagine that to do. I've tried before. It never works. Not the way that it works when I do actually, honestly, and sincerely give it to God and totally let it go. And then I can breathe and I get on with my life and still be happy. Centered, grounded, and happy. So that's what these cards are asking you to do, is to be discerning and make sure that you're loyal to your heart, right? Be loyal to your heart. Where was that card? Why? Yeah, no, not why. 35. Yeah. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Yeah, so if you're loyal to yourself, other people that come, because you're the magnet, right? Attracting, like attracts like. You will attract other people who are going to want to be loyal to you as well. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. Always. Spirit could never be disloyal. Always loyal to you. Always has your back. Always protecting you. Always trying to help you, guide you. They love you so much, Spirit does. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. The relationship message here is your partnership, friendship, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, these are the qualities. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you through the people that you're attracting, because your heart is, you've been loyal to your heart, your mind. Your mind's come up and says, I'm loyal to you, I love you, I adore you, I just want to hang out with you. I want a partnership with you. I want us to do everything together, like the rainbow, the dual rainbow that goes across the sky to the pot of gold. I want those two lines of the rainbow to be one you and one me. So the mind and the heart are totally like, they just want to talk to each other and hang out with each other. Just, what does that look like in life, guys? What does that look like? In practical sense, it looks like you feel, you're feeling, your thoughts are more on the positive, loving side of confidence and compassion. Okay? Where you want to, whenever you communicate and engage with somebody, you want to have a very positive experience with them, pleasant and positive. That's what it looks like in life when the mind and the heart are in conjunction with each other, following a parallel path to that pot of gold at the end of those rainbows. So it's wonderful. So you'll have honest devotion, faithfulness, and loyal hearts will be shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in the divine protection. That's the faith and trust. Trust and have faith that you are divinely protected, and God's got you. You got God in your back pocket, actually leading the way and walking beside you. So Wayne Dyer said, if you know Wayne Dyer, I mean, he's a Hay House author, but he was like one of their main authors. And he went all over the world talking about what it is that he come to learn through his own spiritual growth, and he had quite a sordid background. I mean, I was surprised to hear it. But in any case, here's that ball and chain I always refer to. Oh my God. Okay. But the Wayne Dyer is like, he's a spiritual guru. He's kind of like a Buddha in more modern times. But he's deceased now. Has been probably for about 8 years or more. So we lost a good one, but he did what he needed to do. He's written a lot of books, and like I said, he goes around the world talking to people, like groups of people and events and stuff. So he said, Jesus, if you would never worry again if you realized who was walking beside you. You would never, because Jesus always says, fear not, right? Jesus always says, fear not. And that is like, there's nothing in this world, because it is a dream. It's an illusion. Think about your own dreams at night, right? You wake up in the morning and go, oh my God, I'm so afraid it's going to happen to me. I'm sure it's going to pop out at me, come out from underneath my bed, the monster that was chasing me in my dreams, right? No. You just go, oh God, thank God that was a silly dream or a nightmare, and you get on with your day. It's the same with this. This is another version of the sleep dream that the conscious collective mind is having. And my light is flickering. That's very interesting. Does that mean that's right? Just like the Ace of Swords? Oh, okay. My light is flickering. I have no idea why. It's okay. Anyway, sorry guys. So yeah, Wayne Dyer says, if you would never worry again if you knew who was walking beside you. Okay, and your angels and your guides are walking in front of you, above you, below you, to the left, to the right, and to behind you, and kitty corner, on the diagonal. You're surrounded by a plethora of angels and guides. Okay, just amazing. So now we know what the present energy is. Let's talk about the present energy. Okay, Archangel Michael, thank you for that. He's funny. He's got a really great sense of humor. He really does. That's crazy. So we got whip now. All right, first of all, we got past is the ball and chain. It's heavy. It's weighed down. You're weighed down. It's codependency on somebody, right? Instead of being independent. Like you can be independent in a relationship, meaning you both are very well balanced and doing your own thing, but always meeting in the middle and spending that really intimate present time with each other. That's being independent in the most, but married or in a long-term commitment with somebody in the most beneficial way, most loving, unconditionally loving, beneficial way. Addictions, unhappy union or marriage, and emotional baggage. Yeah, that's the old ball and chain there. And then we have whip. Arguments, anger, abuse, painful tension, fighting, doing it again, repetitive, snapped, driven, faster, get cracking, and kinky sex. Okay, fork in the road. What about near future? Oh, the clock, perfect timing. Origins, culmination, incremental, longevity, unstoppable, stands the test of time, and it's past, that time is past, present, and future. That's what it's talking about. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing, guys. Let's see what this one has to say. I can't wait. Yeah. It looks like it's negative, but it's probably something you've gotten over, right? Because you're the fork in the road. You had to get cracking and get cleaned up. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, collective. So let's find out through the Gilded Reverie and the Kipper decks here. Archangel Michael, will you please give us some clarification for all 3 timelines here? For the ball and chain in the past. Thank you. We have concern. Yeah, something concerns you or something is concerning. Main male. Wow, okay. Main male. I suspect that this main male is the collective, okay, who's got a ball and chain, who had one, okay, this past. Now, present day, we have the scythe. That's whip and scythe. That's really like getting cracking. And house. Ooh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, let's see. I love that house. That's why I'm going, wow, 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 wow. I just love it. Clock, please, in the near future. Now, house is how that's your safety and security, your stability right there with the people you're in your house with. Pathway and gift. Ooh, it's time. Perfect timing. Why does it have to show up in the near future all the time, Archangel Michael? That's what I like to ask. Why does perfect timing always show up in the near future, or when it says it's time, or you're galloping away on your horse? Why does it always have to be in the near future? Why not now? Okay, we've already shuffled. Like I say, like as if I had someone else helping me. So we got, these one just stayed there. So victory in some endeavor, and someone will try to make you do something against your will. Well, that went like that. Club. All right. And we have got casket, someone going out of your life, or the end of a situation. Final nail, right? Box, you will receive a gift. Gift. You, box, will receive a gift. That's a little box there with a red bow on it. Isn't that cool, huh? 200 cards, right? How does that happen? It's very, very interesting, I must say. Okay, tarot, please, Archangel Michael. 2 cards, please. For the ball and change, concern, main male, V as in victory, and club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. That would be the ball and chain. Yeah. But you're going to have victory in it. Or you did, right? This past. I have to keep reminding myself. Here's the 4 of Swords. So respite time in the past. That put you in respite time. You needed to. You had to spend some time with your God, the Hierophant. This is about a marriage too. You engaged in some type of institution, probably marriage, and you might have engaged in an federal institution like divorce court, but it's also you engaging in prayer and meditation. Going to your higher self for answers, looking to God for answers, for some direction and guidance and comfort. Let's just say comfort and peace, your heart, right? Which ultimately you feel it in your heart. Yeah, when you speak to the divine, he speaks through your heart. So you'll feel that come over you. Well, I won't say you will, I do. But it doesn't mean everybody does, right? But it's happening. You just may not feel it. The comfort comes to your heart. It's then automatically because, you pulled your mind up. Well, you're praying. Pulled your mind up to 5D and higher. And through prayer and meditation. So your mind's there. So the divine speaks through your heart and informs your mind of what it is the divine is trying to give you, which would be that peace and comfort. And then your mind feels relaxed. It feels like, I can breathe, you know, I feel better, is what you'll be thinking. You feel a lot less stressed, anxious, or depressed. Okay, the whip, please, with the scythe, the house, the beautiful house, and the casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. We have the Four of Wands. That's stability right there, stability and security. It usually means like a roof over your head. It usually means it's like a dwelling, a home. And this one comes out an awful lot too. Five of Coins. That's just unreal, really. Okay, so present, near future, which is the clock, the perfect timing, pathway, gift, and the box. You will receive a gift. There's 10 of Cups for the first one. I'll take it. Yep. And the Knight of Wands. All right. That's excitement right there. This is not going to be the reverse, that someone's going to show up as a player in your life. No, not a chance. But they will have so much energy that they'll be flying by the seat of their pants. Seat of their pants, having a great time, really excited about what they're doing and headed to. Okay? Excited and happy. Impassioned. Looking forward to it, kind of thing. Okay, guys. So, what do we got? We got ball and chain, right? In the past, yes, you had a whole lot of concerns about something, and the concern was that there was somebody who was trying to make you do something against your will. And that could be anything for any one of you, right, collective? It could be. So we know who it was. It was this one, the ball and chain that you were shackled to through toxicity. Like the devil card where the two are chained together, and to the devil as well. Yeah, this ball and chain is a gift of the devil, of the toxic energy that came together as you two came together, and it couldn't live in the same house. Just couldn't live in the same house. It's too toxic. You know, you might have been fighting and arguing a lot. I mean, it's just been chaos and conflicts and arguments and, just toxicity with a capital T. So this person was always trying to get you, like it's a club. And a club could be that she's trying to beat you over the head about something. Like, let's do this. How come you won't do it, darling? Why do I have to keep asking you if we can do this? Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And you're like, no. And it might be something like, let me have an affair on you and you be okay with it. Okay? And you're saying like, are you crazy? No, I'm not going to be okay with it. And don't you dare have an affair. Well, too late, darling. I already am. So, something they were doing is against you. Okay, so they might be dipping into your employment income. They might be dipping into your holiday fund. They might be dipping into your investments, or they might be dipping into somebody else's bed, or they might be I would say, yeah, it's got to be what hurts us most. Infidelity and money, the lack of or losing it, right? So then it threw you into respite time, because it was time to take a real close look at and to do something about the way that your ball and chain was holding you down. Your ball and chain is also you resisting, not wanting to let go of the union. You see? It's heavy, it's weighed down. Codependency, you're codependent on this person to be in your life, which is like, it's not that it's unnatural, but it's not natural either. It's because it's not a healthy type of dependency when you have to have that person in your life, and that you feel less than or not worthy enough or not complete, not whole unless that person is in your life. that's a problem. And then there's the restrictions, feeling trapped, the addiction. She might, drink a lot, do drugs with people. Oh, and I was going to say this club could also mean that she's part of a club, some organization, whether it has to do with money making schemes or some other type of club, maybe a ladies club or maybe a magician's club, where they get together and concoct spells and cast them together. Maybe a Tupperware club. I don't know, whatever type of club. She was trying to get you to take part in it or be a part of it or give her money for it. And you're like, no, not doing that. That club is not that club you belong to. I've told you before, I really don't feel comfortable you being in that club with those people doing that. I'm definitely not supporting it with any of my money, any of our money, So yeah, you needed respite time because it was time to take care of the ball and chain. Your ball and chain is you just being resistant to wanting to take care of, to become independent on it, not codependent. All right, you had too much emotional investment in it, too much emotional baggage in it, according to you. But you know what? People divorce every day, and many at one time. Isn't that true? So you needing to divorce in order for you to regain your sense of equilibrium, balance, and control, confidence, and empower yourself again. It's not unusual for people to leave their partner, leave their spouses in divorce in order to be able to feel more whole again, to be able to actually feel whole in your own self without having needing someone else to do that with you so that you feel that way. So people divorce all the time because they just feel like they're a different person in this relationship than they were before, and they start having nostalgia and remembering back to before the relationship and saying, I used to do this, I used to do that, I had, I went out and I had a good time with friends and stuff, and I'd laugh and I'd find the positive thing in everything, or I just laughed a lot more. I just felt happier back then than I do now, right? So you have to let go. It's the person's broken out of it, had to let go of it so that you can regain your sense of balance. And that Hierophant, you turning to God for guidance and support and comfort, and turning to the courts, the institution, to do something about the institution of marriage, you will have been victorious in that endeavor. So somehow you came out ahead from taking time to be able to heal your wounds. Instead of just sitting there licking them, you're actually healing them. And trying to let go of the baggage, which this is what it is. It's your own baggage, emotional baggage. But with her in your life every day, you started feeling like what her energy was or emotions were, it was really you. Like you started taking on someone else's energy and it started feeling like your own. And it wasn't. That's the emotional baggage, taking it with you. And your own thoughts and feelings about all of that. So present day, guys, we have whip, which is the arguments, anger, abuse, pain, tension, fighting, doing it again, repetitive, snap, driven, faster, get cracking, and kinky sex. That was all going on in this house here. Unfortunately, that was such a nice house. Unfortunately. Or you might want to look at it as though you got rid of that house. What was going on behind closed doors in that house here in the past, so that you can cut all of that baggage away. All of the, this is whip. This is like whipping things into, you're whipping you're cracking the whip on someone, or they're cracking a whip on you. But I see you're cracking the whip on somebody. And all these things that come with the the density and the negativity of the toxicity in that household, the arguments and so forth and all these stuff here, you cut it away. You cut away. You got your ducks lined up in a row in your own backyard, right? Your own inner landscape. Started getting your own thoughts straight about these things, taking on a new perspective about why this happened and how you got to where you got in that with that person in that toxicity. And you started to see the why and the how. And so you started looking at, well, how can I get the hell out of it? And that's where you're using your very sharp scythe to cut away the excess, that which does not serve you anymore. If you were the soil, it served you to help you from blowing away in the really, in the wintry months, or maybe not in winter if it snows, but wind. In any windy day, the topsoil, the really rich topsoil, would blow away into someone else's field. Some other farmer got your good stuff, right? So they're going to have a great crop that year. You won't. But you're going to cut away the grass is no longer good for you for you as the soil, for when it comes time to actually do the seeding, and because you need to cultivate it, like to chew it up, to get some air into the soil. Know a little bit about this because I'm from Saskatchewan, okay? The wheat fields of the world. And they call us stubble jumpers, by the way. Yeah. I don't think many of us like to be told that, but this really was a nickname for us, especially during my time back in the day. So you need to cut the grass away, and depending on what kind of grass we're talking about, you might just be milling it back in, cultivating it back in, and then you'll be the farmer would be putting some that too, but weed killer, with fertilizer, whatever, as they're planting the wheat seeds. Because you don't need that grass now. You need the soil to be bare so that the wheat seeds, when they're germinating, they can come up without something obstructing their ability to pop through and get the rich sunlight and nutrients from the rain to grow, right? Healthy and strong. So someone is going out of your life. This is right here like this. Someone is going out of your life. And so that's what you're doing. You're cutting that someone away. Over here, it had to do with a marriage, but we already established that here, okay, and basically that too. But the Four of Wands is that there's somebody that you have been feeling left out from their life. You've been missing out. You only got 5 pentacles left after this. You used to have 10, maybe not quite 10, maybe 7. But you only got 5 now, and so you're needing to rebuild your savings accounts, your wealth again, because you have someone on your mind, quite literally, if this is you, on your mind that represents this house, that safety, that security, that tradition. The tradition. If you're a traditional kind of person, it really suits you, fits you. That this place would really feel like home to you. Now, although I love this home very, very much, it would be too big for me. I take off, especially take off the top 2, if not that one too. I mean, I don't want too big of a house, right? Because it's a lot to clean, and unless you've got a lot of money, you pay somebody to come in and do it for you. So, because I don't want to spend my lifetime cleaning my house. So here we go. We're going into the near future now. You're going to follow you're going to be loyal to your heart. You've had this fork in the road where you decided that you needed to cut away the energy of the toxic relationship you had with someone who, was angry, abusive, with that club. She'd be beating you over the head. That's abusive. Beating you on the back, or with the killy heels, or wherever she could hit you that would hurt. Usually your pocketbook, right? So a lot of tension and fighting that was going on, and you decided with the fork in the road that there is this or there is this, right? That's what you did. For the fork in the road, you go left, you got this. You get to stay with this. In this kind of energy too. You may even leave her behind, but you still stay in like, I'm taking my emotional baggage with me, god darn it, and I'm taking it into my next relationship. That's my right. I'm going to take it into my next relationship because I'm not going to heal. I'm not going to learn from this. I'm not going to grow. I refuse, you know. Just kidding, guys. But yeah, you decided this is the left and this is the right. And this right involves all of this good stuff right here. Okay? You cut it away. You cut away what it was that you felt was the best for you, that was for your highest good. Because you got all this going on. Because you got someone going out of your life that's making this possible now. And you are like, I miss my person. I feel really not right in my life without this person. I'm only half a person without them, kind of thing, right? I'm only half a person. That's 5 of 10, because 10 is the highest you can go with Pentacles in the Tarot. So this depicts that. It's like, I'm only halfway there. I got lilies growing up through it, so it's all like I'm in the right frame of mind, like right frame of energy now, where I see myself as only, my cup is half full, it's not half empty. Whereas before your cup was always half empty. But you have a different mindset now because you made the decision in the fork in the road to follow your loyal heart. Because Spirit's always loyal to us, right? But you can be loyal to another person's heart as well. Whereas you might have not been before, you can be now. Or for the first time. Because does any of this say that this is an X? Just this, really. Really just this at this point. Yeah. So there, perfect timing for you to be moving forward, bouncing along in glee and happiness. The Knight of Wands here. It's a culmination, incremental longevity, unstoppable, stands the test of time of past, present, future. So the perfect timing is something that okay, so it means that somebody that you have on your mind, it feels like you've been with them for a long time, even though you actually haven't been with them. It's kind of like a best friend. You could always pick the phone up. You might have, hung out with each other in university or high school, and then you both went on your separate ways because, life does that. And but you always know that if you pick the phone up and dial their number and say hello, it's like picking up with them again from the last day that you saw them. That it's like the next day after the last day you saw them, you're just, talking. It's just like, it's that natural. You just feel like you have this particular relationship, this person that you're considering to go towards. Your relationship stands the test of time. The two of you have been in some way loyal to each other. In some way you've been loyal to each other. And that when you do connect with them, this is a very fast moving, not as fast as Knight of Swords, but it's a very fast moving one because you want this 10 of Cups here. You're on your path. You're on your path to enlightenment. You know that. You're steady on your path to enlightenment. And you're receiving everything that you need, exactly what you need and more from the divine because you're following your heart. It's perfect timing. That's divine timing, by the way. 10 of Cups, happily ever after, emotional fulfillment, right? Emotional fulfillment. And this comes after the 9 of Cups, which is a wish come true, a wish fulfillment. And is it you will receive a gift? You get exactly what you need. And if it's money, like resources you need, or anything else that you need to make it possible for you to be with the one that's in your heart. I say that all the time. But you're so very excited, and you're on you're kickstarting a brand new passionate life, right? Because this one's gone. There's someone going out of your life at the end of a situation. Once you're fully divorced, They're out of your life, and now you've got you again. You're independent. Wow. It looks great, guys. What can I say? This all looks really fantastic, and I'm just going to leave it there because we can pick up again tomorrow. Bye for now. Take care of yourself.